Welcome back to the channel, guys. Another training vlog. Today I have some primary bench followed by some upper accessories. This is a week 1, so nothing crazy, nothing too heavy, but I am really excited to push, especially because we have a brand new split we're going to be trying out. And I feel pretty fresh today. I feel pretty thick. I feel pretty aki. So I'm excited to get a good pump in and start pushing some weight and continue to dial in the bench press technique, because we need a 550 press. Like we have the tissue for it. You know, so we just need to get there. I think Heidi also might test her 1 rep max on bench today, because she doesn't work out today, but it's July 4th. It's July 4th. She doesn't usually work out. She trains 4 days a week, and today is not one of the days she trains, but because I'm training, she just, she wanted to hang out. So she might test her 1 rep max on bench today, which is kind of cool. I helped my sister test her 1 RM on bench the other day, and she never benches, doesn't train upper body much really, and she was able to press 115 at around 135 body weight, which is fucking phenomenal. So anyway, all right, without further ado, let's get to work. Not bad.
What was that, T25? I feel like your bar pack is so small.
The range of motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I train my close grip, it should be longer. But when I train my comp grip, the idea is to try and minimize the range of motion. One thing I have to watch out for is making sure I hit elbow depth, or whatever the fuck that means. Good. Good.
What is that? How much was that?
That's, well, so this is 35. 35, so that's 70 plus 45 is, what is that, 115? Do you feel rested and recovered enough to do your next one? Or would you like to wait?
Yes, next one might be my 1 round.
Yeah, so we could take it small. We could do either a 2.5 pound increase or a 5 pound increase. Want to try 125? I think you have the strength for 135. It's just what happened was you kind of descended, hit here, and because of that you hit like a little sticking point and had to power through that.
Yeah, so wait, why did I hit that?
Just not as much control. Just having some more control here and then press up.
So, I lost some brace?
Think of it as like if you were to do a squat and you were to dive bomb the squat.
No, yeah. But how do I?
Just exhibit more control coming down. Yeah, so just maintain your tension and don't try and purposefully slow it down, but just don't allow yourself to just like drop it. Right, just super tight, big air. Good, come on. Good, fight, fight, fight.
Yo! That was the most I've ever done.
Come on, bro. Love you.
I love you. That's sick.
You have one. You definitely have 135. You don't have to do 135 today, but you
most
definitely
I've
do have
ever
135. And you don't. Well, I mean, I give you a upper body day, but you don't train bench. You don't train really anything. Just the push-ups, really.
Yeah.
I agree. That's a good point.
I do think that.
One more side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally right.
The grip in.
Yeah. One to 10, what do you think? How'd that go?
I can't complain. I guess it was a 10 out of 10. It's only
Always
like
is with you,
350.
brother.
That's right, brother. Okay, this is 2 plates. Not heavy enough. Do 3 45-pound plates. It's supposed to be 2 sets of like 8 to 10 or something like that, 10 to 12. I have no idea how heavy I really want to go. This might be enough. Let's see. Not bad. Probably stop there, because that felt pretty strong. Obviously, not super difficult, but just difficult enough. So that by the second set, or if I go off programming at a third, that should be relatively challenging. Mind you, we can always make it more challenging by controlling a little bit more, pausing at the bottom, that sort of thing. But yeah, fun fact, when I was first working out, so I had been working out before I ever stepped into a gym for a year or two, maybe since like 12 or 13 years old. Once I was 14, New York Sports Club let me in. So I trained at New York Sports Club, had a personal trainer for like a month, but truthfully it was just too expensive, couldn't afford it. So I started just training on my own, and really I was training for football, but I was just going to the gym doing whatever. And there's this one guy who I became really good friends with, older dude. He was ex-convict, just jacked up, bald white dude, like tatted up, super intimidating guy, but super kind guy. Just one of those guys, like you just don't fuck with. And I was like a freaking 14-year-old, but I would just like I remember staring at him in awe, because first time I ever saw him, he was doing dips with a belt, 2 45-pound plates, just jacked as shit, just fucking cranking them. Then he would go into pull-ups, 2 45-pound plates, just cranking them. I was like, holy, I gotta be like that guy. And I just asked him about it, and ever since then, we would say what's up. And just became a good friend of mine. I hope he's doing well, now that I think about him. But yeah, anytime I do weighted dips, it makes me think of him. Pretty crazy to think that. Like, I remember him being super just larger than life, like just jacked, shredded, tall. When you're a kid, like every guy that's in shape and whatever is like a superhero to you. But now being at the point that I'm at, being able to do 3, 4, maybe even 5 45-pound plates for dips, it's like, you know, just, I don't know, it's cool. Low-key nostalgic. So John gave me weighted dips. In the movement profile, it says weighted dip 2 by 8 to 10. But then in the sets and reps column, it says 3 by 10. So, better safe than sorry. We better do a third set. Last thing I want is the day of the meet, day of a competition, to be warming up on bench, thinking about how, man, I could have done that extra set, and I didn't. What does that make me? Truth is, it makes me less of a man. So, and now that I'm even thinking like that, I feel like we should do 4 sets, just to be sure, just to be certified organic. Doesn't make sense, but. It's our second set. Probably drop away for the third. Like I said, we're not really supposed to be doing this, but I do want to get some upper pec stimulus. There we go, that feels good. Just cooked after that first set. Whew, that feels pretty good. Yeah, the goal here is just tax the tissue and really just get the right angle. You know, you have to set up well. That's why I like the machine though, because I don't have to lug up 120s, 130s, 150s. Believe it or not, I can incline press more on with dumbbells than I can with the flat bench. So, you know, to get this like same stimulus with the dumbbells, I need to use at least like 130, 140, and just to lug it up, get in position. This is just so much more efficient, and it's easier to load over time. Like, I can progress this really easy. I can go 2.5 increments, 5-pound increments, 10-pound increments, 25-pound, 45-pound increments. So, yeah. So last set, we're gonna take it down to 2 plates, and if you notice too, like, don't get me wrong, I want to be able to do full reps, but the primary purpose of this is the upper pec, or just the pec in general. So if I'm gassing out from here to here, but from here to here still feels pretty strong, I don't mind gassing out here to here, especially because I just did heavy dips. So of course my triceps are shot, you know? But this isn't meant for my triceps, this is meant for my pec, maybe even a little bit of delt. So as long as that's what's getting trained here, that's most important. I'm not gonna purposefully cut the reps, but I'm also not gonna get too frantic when my reps start getting cut as a result of tricep fatigue. Quick minute, right? My neck gets completely cracked. No incline bench available, so we're gonna make shift with the shoulder press. It might not work. There's too much, there's too much weight there. So what we're gonna do is try and stabilize ourselves. It kind of sucks, but man, this fucking sucks. I should probably go from the other way. A little bit more stability. That's fine. It's okay. This should be easier. But I'm gonna have to grab the camera. Put you guys right here. Should be able to see. Should work. Yeah. This is our last exercise. Superset it. My back. One of the benefits to having less total working volume throughout the week is I just feel like my testosterone, yes, I'm a natural athlete, but because I'm a natural athlete, I take a real fucking beating. So does my testosterone because I'm always fatiguing myself through work, but through training. So my test is always fucking suppressed because the cortisols are so high. So one of the benefits to cutting back on a lot of like the accessories and bodybuilding style stuff and shit is I get to recover better, and therefore my test tends to stay a little bit higher naturally. Just kind of nice. So I feel more full. I feel better throughout my training days.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to. Fuck it. Is this in your way?
No, not at all. You guys look good.
Trying, man. We got nothing better to do on July 4th,
Yeah.
so you might as well just pose off. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, color me impressed.
Yeah. What's going on, bro? How are you?
How we doing?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
In fact, actually, you know what? You can't because you're bigger than me, so you're gonna give me a bad
ruin the video.
reputation.
That's a lie. Huge. How you guys doing?
Good, bro. Good. Happy July 4th.
Yeah, I was just saying, happy July 4th.
Okay, we're ready. So that's the session. All right, we had a pretty good session. It's July 4th, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little lame. I haven't done something for July 4th in like 2-3 years. In the future, like what I'd like to do is rent something out for the full week, get down there super early, or wherever we are in the world. You know what I mean? Like pool, beach, whatever, but be there for the week and then just be able to enjoy that. So this is the last year, this is the last summer where I'm gonna be cooped up, all right? Like we're making big plays this year because I'm sick of this. It's a good life, but you know, there's just something that feels too average about it. It makes my skin crawl. But anyway, that's a separate topic. Session went well. What we're gonna do is go back, tan a little bit, maybe barbecue, we'll grill some steaks or something. And then later this evening, we might hang out with some friends or something like that, I don't know. But I would have liked to go down the shore. It would have been nice to be on the water. I love the water, but it is what it is. So yes, in terms of meets coming up, so obviously we did have to reset the block or reset the prep because of food poisoning and all this other stuff, but I think that that's good. I think that I can tell from this week, we're gonna build some pretty good momentum. So meets wise, I did get invited to the Avancis meet in Houston, but I'm not an Avancis athlete as of yet. And so I don't truly have a real incentive to go compete there because it might make more sense for me to do SBD Austin. And I'm not an SBD athlete either, but SBD Austin is a little bit further away timeline wise, which would give me more time to prep. And given the fact that we had to reset this prep, it makes more sense to have more time to prep. So those are the two meets that I'm considering. If not those two, dude, there's really nothing else to fucking do. It's so annoying. I would love to be a guest lifter at an international meet, so I'm thinking about that. Maybe silent worker, or even like a European meet or something like that, where I don't care if it counts for anything. I just want to go compete and have a good time. And I don't mean to sound like a dickhead when I say this, but as somebody who's really only done high level meets for the last since really 2021, I've kind of become, what's the word, like pretentious? No, is pretentious the word? No, I've become snobby, maybe. I've become a little meat snobby in that it's not that I wouldn't be able to enjoy a local meet. It's just that the standards of a local meet are so much lower than the standard and the pace and the expectation or whatever of a higher level meet that it almost would hurt my experience, I feel like, to do a local meet, even if it was just for fun, because again, the standards are just different, the stakes are different, this pace is going to be different, and it's just like if it was like a charity meet or something like that, I would totally do that. But to just like go prep and compete and go all out at just like a regular local meet, I just don't know if it's really worth it. So I really, every meet I do, I learn something, but the only reason why I learn something is because I'm forced to, right? Like something happens, there's a variable that's outside of my control. We miss something happens where I'm forced to adapt and overcome, and I learn a lot from that. When there's no real pressure, when the stakes aren't high, and when the standards aren't as high, it's harder to take away something that's positive from that, right? Like you're not gonna really take too many L's in those scenarios. So that's what I'm looking for meet-wise. Outside of that, man, I'm eating well, sleeping well, super focused on the business stuff, which actually, by the way, super excited about this. So 2 things, okay? Number 1, I am finally, after years, going to be reopening my one-on-one slots, okay? I have not opened up. I've been coaching, but I have not opened up new slots in like a solid 2 years, 3 years maybe. So I'm very excited to be able to do that. The second thing is I have been working for the last several months on what I'm calling the Ultimate Squat System PDF. So it's a digital download, and essentially I want to give you everything and anything you'd need to be successful in the squats. So everything from technique to philosophy to psychology to the programs themselves. Okay, there's going to be 3 different programs in this PDF: a beginner, an intermediate, and advanced version. Okay, now yes, all of the programs are meant to help you essentially peak your squat to a 1 rep max. Okay, but yeah, I think it's going to be freaking awesome, and it's gonna be super affordable. My goal with this PDF is the first time I'm ever launching like a real digital product like this. My goal with this is to completely over deliver on the value. Okay, so expect a very affordable price, but for the value to be just absolutely insane. So that's coming. If you want, let me know if you're interested in getting like early access to it by downloading my free mindset ebook. Okay, you'll see that in my Stan Store link. Like I said, it's completely free. It's an ebook I wrote a long time ago. A lot of people have gotten value from it. I've had thousands of downloads since I released it. And that just lets me know that you'd be interested in the PDF. And of course, I'll reach out to you as soon as that PDF launches, looking at about a week to 2 weeks from now for that to launch. Other than that, dude, I think that's it. If you're interested in the one-on-one coaching, join the wait list, okay? I'm not going to be accepting everyone. I just can't. There's just not obviously enough time in a day to coach 50 people, 100 people. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna just dismiss everyone. So I'm gonna be going through the wait list, and then there'll be an application form that'll get sent out, and we'll go from there, all right? Guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. We'll have some more educational stuff on the way, but I've just been enjoying some more, filming some more of these training vlogs, especially because it's so much easier to edit now with these new mics. But is that it? I think that's everything, right? Is your arm tired?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's super tired. Gotta get yourself a little blonde sleeve like this. That was fucked up. You can't be talking like that. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy, bro. She's domesticated, that's the thing. See, oh, we got 3 kids on bikes. Let's make sure we don't hit them. They're all wearing black t-shirts. It's like a little white gang in the suburbs of Bergen County. Yeah.
Anything else we want to add? before our
Oh,
clock
yeah.
falls off?
Sorry. All right, guys, I'll catch you later, bro. Fucking pump fuel by McDonald's, baby. Hell yeah. Okay, bye.